I had just this crazy snafu yesterday with Instacart. So I needed some groceries. I needed some Gatorade. I needed some electrolytes. I wanted to get some bananas. I was feeling a little bit of spasm in my leg. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to get some electrolytes in my system. So I placed an Instacart order. And so whatever, the shopper goes to shop and it's like there's a fire at the store, inside, outside. I don't know. They closed the store. So she had to cancel my order. So then I placed another order, and then the person went out and they did my shopping and they've got all this stuff. And I spent $80 on groceries, and they delivered the groceries completely to the wrong spot. I'm like waiting by the door for them to show up. 4 minutes. Oh, it was delivered 4 minutes ago. I'm like, where is it? I go check on my neighbor's porches. It's not there. There's a picture. This is not my porch. So I paid for groceries and I paid for delivery of groceries and I didn't get them. So I'm in on customer support, and it's we can give you a refund, or we can give you a credit in your account. I'm like, I don't want a refund. I don't want a credit in my account. I just want my
I want my food.
grocery. I want my food. I'm a little hungry. Somebody else is eating my steaks right now. And then I like elevate to a supervisor and they're no help. And it's like I'm not talking to a human being at some point. I'm talking to an AI or a bot or something, and they keep sending me the same message over. So I go back
Annoying.
and I go back and start another ticket. And this person says, "Oh, we'll have your groceries delivered tomorrow," but they didn't do that. They just gave me a credit to my account for a little more than I spent, but I still don't have my groceries. And they're like, I understand. It's like, no, you don't understand. So I wanted to share something with you guys. These guys are in the grocery delivery business. They're in the grocery shopping and delivery business. I paid them for grocery shopping and I paid them for grocery delivery, and I got neither. Okay. So I want to share this with you. This is something that's actually that I picked up in a speaker that was at the Jay Abraham event that I went to. And we're going to read this. It's 3 pages long, but it's the Think Like a Customer. This was a newsletter. This is his first issue. It was actually really good. So I'm going to read a couple paragraphs and we'll go around and we'll all read this. The Chinese Water Torture School of Customer Service. This is the Think Like a Customer newsletter. They say that God is in the details. They also say the devil is in the details. Which is it? That's up to you and me. Whether we are developing a marketing plan, making a presentation to a client, writing an ad or letter, training salespeople, or serving a client directly, a critical issue is how much of yourself do you bring to the details? Case in point. Last Wednesday, I wanted to send a fruit basket to a friend. I didn't have a catalog, but I remembered Harry and David's from past experience. So I called 800 information, got their number, and called them. A salesperson answered. The connection was so weak, I have to strain to hear. Mild annoyance number one. Poor first impression. I tell her I'm thinking of sending a fruit basket and need some information. She asks me for the code on my label. I explain I have no catalog. She acts surprised, almost as if it's my fault. Mild annoyance number two. Making unwarranted assumptions about the customer and expecting the customer fit in the usual pattern.
Next, instead of answering my question, she asked for my name, address, and phone number, and the name, address, and phone number of the recipient. She has made up her mind I am going to buy, even though I've only asked for the information. Mild annoyance number three. I'm not getting the information I want, and I feel like she's not listening. Then she asks, what item number would you like? Mild annoyance number four. Now I know she isn't listening to me because I already told her I don't have a catalog. I asked her to describe the fruit baskets. She says they have a fruit basket for $39.95. There is a pause, and I have to ask her what it includes. So she does so mechanically, without enthusiasm. And then she said this could be delivered sometime the following week between Monday and Saturday, and there would still be a $9.95 handling fee. Mild annoyance number five, all of the above. I tell her I was hoping to get the fruit basket there sooner. She says, hold on, and puts me on hold for 30 to 45 seconds. Mild annoyance number six.
She comes back on the line and explains that if I pay an extra $9.95, I can have it delivered the following Monday, guaranteed. I ask if that's as soon as possible. She says, hold on, and puts me on hold for another 30 seconds. Mild annoyance number seven. She says, I can have it delivered this Friday for an extra $15.95 with a tone of voice that suggests I'm asking too many questions. Mild annoyance number eight. I decide to go for the extra $9.95 charge for delivery by Monday. The rest of the call goes smoothly as I give her my credit card number and dictate my message for the greeting card to go with the basket. Mild annoyance number 9, I've had to pay $60 to have a $40 fruit basket delivered, and it still won't get there until 5 days from now. I don't mean to be too picky or too hard on this woman. I doubt if she received any sales or customer relations training from our company. I simply want to use a story to remind us some of the things that affect our sales and marketing programs.
Any human interchange involves the potential for many points of friction or annoyance. One or two of these might not hurt, but when there are many of them, they build up and create a negative overall impression. I'll think twice about calling Harry and David again. Because these points of annoyance are subtle, chances are the salesperson wasn't even aware of them. She can continue to annoy customer after customer, and no one may ever know what the effect on the sales will be. The root problem is a salesperson and a company that takes a passive rather than a proactive approach to the fine details of customer transactions. Here's the application for marketers. When you're analyzing your sales approach, presentation, brochure, ad, or direct mail letter, ask this: where are the potential points of annoyance, boredom, or skepticism? Look closely. Find those subtle places where the customer might feel slightly annoyed or put out, or where attention might flag. Make a list of them. Then work as hard as you can to turn those subtle points of annoyance or boredom or skepticism into 1,000 points of delight. Be proactive. Bring all the energy and attention and humor and humanity and interest and information and personality you can to these points. Bring more of yourself to the details, and you'll bring your sales or marketing programs to a higher level of effectiveness. Or put it another way, knock the hell out of the details and put a little heaven in. This approach may be more work, but I think it's also more fun, more energizing. The more we give of ourselves to our work and our customers.
If we think about the difference this approach could have made in the situation I described with Harry and David's, we come up with the following insights. Number 1, start with the customer's agenda, not yours. I had some questions and I wanted answers. The salesperson, when I was on with Instacart, I just wanted my groceries. Start with the customer's agenda, not yours. I had some questions and wanted answers. The salesperson wanted to get information for me. She should have started with my agenda, answering my questions first. Instead, she left my questions until last while she took care of her agenda. In writing letters or making presentations, talking to people, it's helpful to ask, what's my customer's agenda? What do they want? Start there. Be careful when making assumptions about the customer. She assumed I had a catalog. What are your assumptions about your client, your target audience, your prospects, your customers? Be aware of them. Listen, we all need to keep reminding ourselves of this one because it's so easy not to do. In his latest book, The Road Less Traveled and Beyond by Scott Peck, says, it should go without saying you can't truly communicate well if you don't listen well, and you're unable to listen well unless you are thinking. Anticipate questions. Their questions have the answers. It's a wonderful thing to anticipate a customer's questions and have the answers at your fingertips. It has a nearly magical effect. Enjoy. Sikorsky, the inventor of the helicopter, said, be absolutely determined to enjoy what you do. Enjoyment is contagious. We would much rather be around a salesperson who enjoys their work than one who doesn't. Let the spirit of enjoyment infect your entire marketing program.
None of these are startling, new revelations, of course, but it never hurts to be reminded of the essentials. Larry Bird was such a great basketball player because even when he was famous, he would still spend hours just shooting baskets. And when Pablo Casals, the great cellist, was in his 90s, he would still get up every day and do his scales. That's why I'm going to explore all of these themes in greater depth in the coming months. I welcome your response to this, and I leave you with the following quotes that drive home our point about bringing more of yourself, bringing the best of yourself to the details of your work and customer relationships. We must not, in trying to think about how we can make a big difference, ignore the small daily differences we can make, which over time add up to the big difference that we often cannot foresee.